Intro: I was 25 years old, making $50,000 a year, and I had exactly $247 in my bank account. My credit card was maxed out at $8,000. I was living paycheck to paycheck, and I had no idea where my money was going. Sound familiar? Today, I'm going to share the exact story of how I went from financial chaos to financial freedom in just 2 years. And more importantly, the money lessons they never taught us in school. By the end of this video, you'll have a complete roadmap that took me years to figure out. Hey everyone, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button because we're about to dive into 30 minutes of financial education that schools should have taught you, but didn't. Drop a comment below telling me your biggest money struggle right now. Let's get started. The crisis. Let me take you back to March 2019. I'm sitting in my tiny apartment, staring at my laptop screen at 2 a.m. I just checked my bank account, and rent is due in 3 days. I have $247. My rent is $1,200. This wasn't the first time. It was the third time in 6 months I'd been in this exact position. I was doing everything I thought I was supposed to. I went to college, got a degree, landed a good job in marketing, making decent money. But somehow, I was completely broke. That night, I did something I'd never done before. I opened a spreadsheet and wrote down every single expense from the past month. What I discovered shocked me to my core. I had spent $340 on food delivery when I thought it was maybe $100. I had $89 going to subscriptions I completely forgot about, including a gym membership I never used. There was $450 at bars and restaurants, $200 on random Amazon purchases I couldn't even remember buying, and $120 on coffee shops. That's over $1,200 in completely mindless spending. Money was just disappearing into thin air. Here's the first brutal truth they don't teach you in school. You can't manage what you don't measure. Think about it. We spend 12+ years in school learning algebra, memorizing historical dates, dissecting facts, but not a single class on how to manage the thing we'll spend our entire adult lives waiting for, with money. That night became my turning point. I made a decision that would change everything. I decided to get educated about money, no matter what it took. Pause this video right now and open your banking app. I'm serious. Look at your last 30 days of transactions. Where is your money actually going? Not where you think it's going, where it's actually going. Write down the top 5 categories. This is your starting point, and trust me, awareness is the first step to transformation. The mindset shift, the first thing I learned, completely changed perspective. Making money and building wealth are two completely things. I had a coworker named Marcus who made $75,000 a year, which was $25,000 more than me. He drove a BMW, wore designer clothes, always had the newest iPhone. I thought he was successful. Then I met Jen from accounting. She made the same as me, $50,000, drove a 10-year-old Honda, and asked simply. I later found out she had $100,000 saved and owned 2 rental properties. The difference? Marcus, high income. Jen had wealth. Here's the formula they showed in high school. Wealth equals income minus expenses, invest over time. It's not about how much you make. It's about how much you keep and what you do with what you keep. I discovered I was what financial experts call a spender. I lived for today and worked tomorrow later. Understanding which money personality you are is crucial because you can't fix a problem you don't understand. I realized I had a poverty mindset disguised as treating myself. The poverty mindset says things like, I deserve this, I work hard, you only live once. I'll start saving and make more money. Rich people are just lazy or greedy. The wealth mindset says, can I afford this and my future goals? How can I make money work for me? Start with what I have now. Wealth is built through consistent smart decisions. The shift in thinking was uncomfortable, but absolutely necessary. Everyone talks about the $5 latte example, and I roll my eyes at it. But here's the math that shocked me. $5 for coffee times 5 days a week equals $25 per week. That's $25 times 52 weeks, which is $1,300 per year. If you invested that $1,300 every year for 30 years at an average 8% return, you'd have $146,000. $146,000 from coffee. I'm saying never buy coffee. I'm saying be intentional. I still get coffee, but now I budget for it, and I make home 4 days a week. The system I tried budgeting 5 times before it actually stuck. Every budget app, every spreadsheet, I'd last maybe 2 weeks before giving up. Then I discovered the system that changed everything, the 30/20 rule. 50% goes to needs like rent, utilities, groceries, insurance, and minimum debt payments. 30% goes to wants like dining out, entertainment, hobbies, and non-essentials. 20% goes to savings and debt, including your emergency fund, investment, and extra debt payments. With my $50,000 salary, after taxes, I had about $3,200 per month. That meant $1,100 to needs, $962 wants, and $604 to savings and debt. Suddenly, I had permission to spend on things I enjoyed, but within boundaries. This was a complete game changer for me. Remember how I had $207 when rent was due? That was because I had zero emergency fund. Here's what I learned. An emergency fund isn't a mistake, it's liberating. In my first 3 months, I saved $1,000 as a starter emergency fund. From month 4 to 9, I paid off my credit card while maintaining that $1,000 buffer. Then, from month 10 to 18, I built it up to 3 months of expenses, which were $9,600. That initial $1,000 saved me multiple times in the first year. Car repair, covered. Unexpected bill, covered. No more credit card debt spiral. My $8,000 credit card debt at 22% interest was costing me $1,760 per year, just in interest. That's money I was literally lighting on fire. Use the debt avalanche method. List all your debt, pay minimums on everything. Put all extra money toward the highest interest debt, and once that's paid off, attack the next highest. In months, I was completely debt-free. The feeling was indescribable. Here's something wild. My company offered a 401k match. They'd match 50% of my contributions up to 6% of my salary. I wasn't contributing at all. I was literally turning down free money. 6% of $50,000 is $3,000 per year. The company match was $1,005 per year, completely free. Over 30 years with compound growth, working hundreds of thousands of dollars. I only started contributing 6%. It reduced my take-home pay by about $180 per month after tax benefits. But I was getting $120 per month free from my employer. Albert Einstein supposedly called compound interest the 8th wonder of the world. Here's why. If you invest $500 per month, age 25 until 65, that's 4 years at 8% average return. Your total invested is $240,000. But your final value is $1,745,503 until 35 and invest the same amount for 30 years. Your total invested is $180,000. But your final value is only $745,180. Starting 10 years earlier and investing only $60,000 more gets you $1 million more. That's the power of time and compound interest. I kept my investment strategy simple. Low-cost index funds tracking the S&P 500, a target date retirement, and I set it and for. I'm not a stock picker. I'm not trying to beat the market. I'm just consistently investing for the long term, and that's what builds real wealth. The transformation after 1 year of managing my money better, I had breathing room. But I realized that cutting expenses has a limit. Increasing income has unlimited potential. I started a hustle doing freelance social media management. In the first year, I made an extra $8,000 and I put it all toward investments. Then I negotiated a raise at work. I prepared for 3 weeks, documented my value, asked for 15%, and got 10%. It was an extra $5,000 per year. Fast forward 2 years from that to a crisis moment. Here's where I stood. I had a $12,000 emergency fund, which was 4 months of expenses. I had zero debt. My retirement account had $18,500 in it. My net worth went from negative $8,000 to positive $30,500. That's a $38,500 swing. 24 months on a $50,000 salary. The crazy thing is, my life didn't feel restricted at all. I still went out with friends. I traveled and took a trip to Portugal. I enjoyed my hobbies, and I bought things I wanted. The difference was that every purchase was intentional. Every dollar had a job. I was in control instead of being controlled by money. Let me give you the 5 core money lessons that changed everything. Number 1, pay yourself first. Automate savings before you see the money. You can't spend what you don't see. Number 2, live below your means. Not at your means, but below. The gap between what you earn and what you spend is where wealth is built. Number 3, invest in assets, not liabilities. Assets put money in your pocket. Liabilities take money out. That fancy car is a liability. Index funds are assets. Number 4, time is your greatest asset. The earlier you start, the less you need to save. Don't wait for the perfect time. Number 5, financial education is a superpower. Read books, listen to podcasts, watch videos like this. Knowledge compounds just like money. The books that changed my life were The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas Stanley, Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, The Simple Path to Wealth by J.L. Collins, and I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi. These books taught me more about money than 16 years of formal education ever did. Here's the ultimate lesson. Money is a tool for building the life you want, not the goal itself. I'm not saving and investing to have a big number in my account. I'm doing it for freedom to choose work I love, the ability to help my family, the option to retire comfortably, peace of mind, and opportunities to be generous. Conclusion: if you're watching this and you're where I was, broke, overwhelmed, feeling beat, I want you to know something. It's not your fault you weren't taught this, but it is your responsibility to learn it. You don't need to be perfect. You don't need to make 6 figures. You don't need to live in your parents' basement eating. You just need to start where you are. Use what you have and do what you do. Here's my challenge. Pick one thing from this video and implement it. Just one. Maybe it's tracking your spending for 7 days. Setting up $25 automatic transfer savings. Checking your 401k. Reading one chapter of a finance book or calculating your net worth. Action. That's all it takes to start your transformation from broke to brilliant. If this video helped you, smash that like button and subscribe for more real talk of money. Drop a comment telling me which lesson hit hardest for you. And if you know someone who needs to hear this, share it with them. Your future self will thank you for the 30 minutes you just invested. I'll see you in the next one. Now go take control of your financial future.